Hello, my Aries. How are you? Happy New Year. Today is January 5th, 2025. First reading of the year. And the moon is in Aries today. So if you're feeling a little feisty, that's why I almost just started a little mini war with my ex-husband just cause I decided not to for everybody's benefit. Mars retrogrades into Cancer tomorrow. Mercury in Sagittarius squares Neptune in Pisces. That is some shady information, right? Before you react, because it's a highly reactional day with the Mars being in Cancer and the moon being in Aries, and then information not being clear, just make sure tomorrow that you heard what you heard, right? Because it's like you may, I don't know if you ever saw that movie, The Conversation. It's like where the intonation of the word changes the entire meaning. So before you go to war with someone tomorrow or today, take a step back and make sure that there isn't another way of processing whatever you just heard or whatever's pissing you off. Okay? On Wednesday, the 8th, Mercury moves into Capricorn. So that will be nice because we will finally have more grounded thinking. Our brains won't be scattered. Everyone I spoke to while Mercury was in Sagittarius, during Sagittarius season, was like so scatterbrained. People losing things, people forgetting things, I have brain fog because of my age and life stage, but I was talking to 25, 35-year-olds that were like, it feels like my brain is not attached to my body. That should end on Wednesday. So all that said, let's go ahead and get into the reading for the week of January 5th, 2025 for the Aries watching this video. Okay, I like it. Take that energy. Prosperity. Welcome. Claim it. I claim it immediately without even knowing where it goes. Let's see what it has to say. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold because we were walking like 12, 14 hours a day in Tokyo and it was so windy. It's been a long, hard slog, too true. And you've wondered if you'll ever reap the benefits you've worked so diligently for. As you face financial responsibility, a little extra cash could certainly be very welcome at this time. Remain calm and courageous, for your constant worry and concerns are about to be a thing of the past. As a successful and flourishing circumstance beckons, the energy of affluence surrounds you. Love that, signaling that opulence and financial success is yours for the taking. Wealth is knocking on your door and asks you to invite in a little luxury, for this is a most prosperous time. It says stop focusing on money. You'll be supplied with what you need. It also says be careful what you wish for. A lucrative deal is on offer, and understand the law of attraction. Now, going back to that be careful what you wish for, one of the things I have found about the universe is that you need to be so specific on what it is that you're asking for, because it will come to you, but not necessarily how you imagined it, right? Like, oh, I want to fall in love. The person lives in another country, right? Or I want lots of money, but it comes through illegal means. So make sure when you do your manifestation boards and whatnot for the year, that you think about your deal breakers and your qualifiers, right? But this looks, ooh, okay, sure. I haven't had cards flip like that ever. But this looks like a good start. Now, the challenge energy that just came up is the breakthrough and healing. So you may have been feeling very stuck, right? And like you can't get past, and like every time you try and move to the next level or take things to the next level or evolve, to take care of yourself, right? That it keeps coming back in your face. Like, it's like trying to get better, either physically, materially, spiritually, etc. Never able to get to that next place. So a sense of stuckness here. Let's see what the lesson is. What is the lesson for the week of? Okay. This is what I said, right? Attend to the details. Last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Now, if anyone has Virgos in their life, they know, like an Aries will be like, we're going on, like, we're going to do this. And we're kind of like big picture thinkers. We don't focus on the small stuff. And then that's, kind of where we get into trouble. This is a week to focus on those details. Like I said, and it says, stop worrying about like the money, focus on others, focus on the smaller things now, the how-tos, the nitty gritty, the mechanics. I read a thing about one of the big famous Japanese executives for Toyota. And he said that in order to get to the root of the problem, you have to ask why 5 times, right? So this thing happened. Why did it happen? Explanation to that. Well, why, whatever. So I think that's such an interesting technique. To me, the most important question in anything is always why, not what. Who cares what happened? Like, we know that. The interesting question is why. That's when you understand how the dynamics work and how to make things replicable in the future. And so this is really about digging into the details of what it is that you're trying to manifest. And not focusing on the lack of breakthrough or your perceived lack of healing. That even though things don't necessarily look like they're changing, they are, right? Like if I go out on my balcony right now, my trees don't look like they're actively doing anything, but in a few short weeks, they're going to start blooming. Let's get 3 cards, please, for the week of January 8th. Okay, Knight of Wands, something coming rushing in. Two more cards, please. Hello, right under the prosperity, the 10 of Cups. All right, okay, love this reading. Judgment card, so second opportunity at something, getting a second calling, something that seemed like it was dead and buried is actually gonna rear its head again. So like maybe an offer that was withdrawn or retracted, whatever, you get a second chance at. And we end up on the 9 of Pentacles here. So that's the, feeling rich and feeling prosperous and abundant. She's kind of killing it over here. These are 2 very nice cards here. We are 1 short of a 10 of Pentacles, but this is the emotional happiness, and even though it may not be the apex of material excellence, it's very, very close. So, and these are 2 communicators, right? 2 guys bringing in information unexpectedly. So you may get an unexpected phone call that reignites. Oh, because Mars is retrograde. Yeah. You may get an unsurprised, like an out of the blue call that kicks dust off something that you had already buried. However, remember the details. Right? Remember the details because of the whole Sagittarian thing and the Capricorn, right? Capricorn moves forward step by step. So you may actually, that's interesting. You may get a call about like something or some sort of offer, some opportunity that you had already that you may have said no to, or that just kind of like vanished. You know, sometimes around like Christmas, things just disappear. And it makes like a second appearance, and you may have ruled it out for some reason, but it says to me that maybe you didn't look at it closely enough. And at second glance, it's actually very good. It might not be like exactly what you were looking for, because remember, it's not the 10 of Pentacles. You have the 10 of Cups. It's going to make you happy. Something that was going to make you happy. Second opportunity at. It's not the 10 of Pentacles, but it is the 9. And that's pretty close enough. You know, and we have these images here of things coming showering down, right? Like raining down on her. And then it sort of settles there. What am I going to do? I just made a huge mess, but I'm trying to look at things like sideways here. Let's get some final advice. All right, this is a quick reading. Well, I like it when the cards are clear. Oh, it's the moon in Aries, that's why. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, this is not the deck I wanted. All right. Not the deck I wanted, but the deck I needed. That may be another thing here. It's not necessarily what, like, it may not be exactly what you wanted. Like you were like, no, I want those 10 pentacles. And it's like, well, it's 9. Black cat, good luck. This is a very good reading. I thought I was grabbing a completely different book here. So you know this message was meant to be. Let's see. Okay. Today is your lucky day. You are on a winning streak and everything is going in favor of you. Wasn't that lovely? Maybe mine's tomorrow. Don't lose a second by worrying about whether or not you should throw caution to the wind. Instead, draw on this good fortune and take advantage because your big break has arrived. Interesting that we got this breakthrough card here. Where was I? Finally, don't be afraid to make the most of it. As the saying goes, make hay while the sun shines. And that's like kind of this vibe here, right? So if you do get an offer that comes in this week, or it's some sort of like, you know, someone you wanted to date for a really long time finally calls you and you had already written them off, maybe give it a second look, right? Give it a second look, even closer, right? Look at the details. Look at things that you weren't looking at before. Because maybe between when it first happened and now, especially with the Mars retrograde, your perspective has shifted. You may have had some sort of mental breakthrough after you healed from a situation that allows you to actually look at the situation with new eyes, right? And it may come through, you know, like an accidental thing. Like, oh, I was supposed to go to this restaurant and I went to this restaurant and there they were. Or you had turned down a job because you're like, no, it's not going to be good for this, this, and that. And then they call you again. And actually, when you listen to it in more detail, you're like, actually, that could be good. It's not exactly what what I set out for, but it's what I need. So I like that energy there. Okay. Grab this fortuitous opportunity with both hands. By doing so, you are assured of the bountiful rewards that are just waiting to be reaped. Lady Luck is on your side. No matter what you do, you just can't lose. I'm going to say, guys, enjoy this, because when do we get readings that are this nice? Seriously. Rest assured you will land on your feet just like a cat. Now go for it. Now, I watched, I don't want to spoiler alert anything. That wasn't a sentence. Okay, so I watched a movie on Apple TV last night where a black cat plays kind of a fundamental role in that it looks like she messed everything up, but actually, like the way the situation did not play out the way they had planned. It played out better, but because the way that they had planned didn't happen, right? So it's like if I tell you, I'm coming up with no examples right now. If I tell you, don't buy the lotto ticket, it's a waste of money, right? We'll use that for something else, and you're like, I'm just gonna buy it because whatever, and then it ends up being a good thing. Or you're like, oh, oops, I accidentally missed that appointment, but it turns out that, a sliding doors kind of energy. You missed the appointment, but it turns out that then you ended up bumping into your future husband, wife, whatever, because you went to a different place. So very kind of sliding doors energy in this reading here. All right, so the incantation is, my luck has changed, will fancy that, as my path crossed with a black cat. And so I win in all I do. With feline help, my dreams come true. Your positive thoughts and intentions have brought about good fortune. Dismiss any negativity. Good news arrives. An offer is the one you've been waiting for. Connect with cats and their energy. Always. That's just like an always rule of thumb. Okay, and funny, August 17th is Black Cat Appreciation Day. Okay, so I'm going to end this here because this is such a lovely reading. Wishing you guys the very, very best. I hope that let me know during the course of the week, like if good things happen or like they can be small. I mean, I always triple Aries, so I always overdo things, but these can be small also. Like, you go into a surprise place that you always questioned and you find $100 on the floor. Things like that. It doesn't have to always be life-changing, but there's some sort of clue, a small clue that your energy has shifted, that your luck has shifted, that things are changing, that there has been a shift in energy, and that it may not be exactly as big as you are hoping for, but it's gonna make you very happy nonetheless. Okay? Wishing you guys the very best, and I will talk to you next week. Take care.